Let me put this on. Let me rewind it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the party. If you're not partying, then what are you doing, people? No, we're not on anything. We're just on life. Welcome to our show.
Same place, same time.
This is the man.
This is the
man
lady.
of the hour.
In celebration of the Leo fire and passion, a little music for you. Here we go.
Join us, everybody.
Come on.
Move those hips. Come on, everybody. A little love tonight. Come on now. You can do it. Move that leg. Move that foot. Move that arm. You got it. Get down tonight. We're going to get down tonight. That's right. Mm-hmm. You ready?
And all the spirit guides shall be floating down tonight. Getting down with Riz the Wiz and Lady O. Because you are watching Psychic Sundays, brought to you by the formless, shapeless Mother, Father, Source, Creation, God, ever-flowing, everlasting, love that is and was and always shall be.
Move your shoulders. Put a little smile on your face. We're going to do mediumship. People have crossed over who are celebrating on the other side. We're celebrating with them.
All your loved ones are celebrating on the other side.
That's right. We're here to bring you celebration. We are not here to bring you doom and gloom. How about that? You guys in?
No junk, all funk.
That's right. Is this the best song ever made?
Yes. This is the best song. Big shout out to KC. Thank you. He's still with us, by the way. KC and the Sunshine Band. I think we need a disco ball here instead.
Let's get a disco ball out here.
Let's move this, switch this out and put a disco ball in.
We'll put a disco ball right here. Who wants us to put a disco ball?
If your vote is for disco ball, say yes.
By the way,
if your vote is for more stuff from Home Goods, also say yes.
You're not supposed to say Home Goods. Jesus Christ. Can't take them anywhere. I'm Lady O. For those of you who are new to the show, I'm an Intuitive Empath. You gonna say who you are?
Hell no.
You guys have to guess.
Yeah. I'm taking requests on the hotline.
Tell us where you're from.
City, state, country, dimension, star system.
We're rounding up the guides.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's bring it down now.
Let's bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, baby.
And so it was, and so it shall be.
Hallelujah.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
How's everybody doing?
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
You remember that jam? Anita Ward, 1981. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Erica Merriweather's in the house, our Virgo astrologer assistant, who will be taking all of your questions and giving you moderation and telling you how to do it right and do all the fun stuff so that we can bring
That's
you...
what Virgos do best, is tell you what to do.
Did I just basically describe a Virgo?
And how to do it,
what I just
when
did?
to do it.
How to do it.
How to do it, when to do it, and make sure you're doing it right. Living the dream.
You know how it goes, right?
Skull to that.
Big love to all of our favorite Virgos out there. If you have one in your family or you are one right now,
Yes.
don't change. We need you.
Are you guys pumped?
I hear them all say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually heard everybody.
Get everybody in motion.
It is a new moon, in Leo. I was about to say, new moon on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite Duran Duran song? Okay.
There's a lot. Didn't they just come? Duran just was in concert here in LA. recently.
Maybe.
You guys were in Los Angeles, California, for those of you who are wondering. And I know there are people from around the world here, and we're going to go through and find out exactly where they're from. Somebody said Virgos are perfection. Thanks, Connie.
Yes.
Rub it in.
Yes,
like she needs to hear that.
Connie's my new favorite listener.
Well, Beyonce, Freddie Mercury. Is Keanu Reeves a Virgo?
Yes.
We have West Palm Beach, Florida. We have Melbourne, of course, our Aussies. We love them.
Yes.
San Diego, Canada, Australia.
Where in Canada?
Where in St. George, Ontario.
My dad used to live in Brampton, which is, I think, outside of Toronto.
Dromesville, Ohio.
Dronesville?
Whoa.
Jerome.
Oh, Jerome.
Jerome's.
There will be a Dronesville one day, though, won't there?
And then Pennsylvania, Calgary, Canada.
Where? Put your city,
Canada,
guys.
Greenville, South Carolina. Another Ontario, Canada. Dang, you guys have a lot of Canadians.
Yeah.
Ottawa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Canadians in the house. Okay, so yes to the disco ball.
Yes to the disco ball.
Yes, Sunshine Band, 100%. No junk, all funk. That's right. Love that funk. Everybody's digging it.
It is August, 4th?
Yes.
Milwaukee,
It
Wisconsin.
was only 96 today in
You
LA.
guys, it's been triple digits for days.
Yeah, can you
and
guys
days
send
and days
some
and
magic from somewhere where it's not so hot? Kind of cool it down here, but you know what's going to happen as soon as that happens. Haven't you ever noticed that you're like, it's so hot, I can't wait for the autumn. And as soon as the first chill comes, you're
Everybody's
like,
like,
damn, why
I
is it so
miss
cold?
summer.
It's so cold.
I know.
Can't even go in the pool now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Welcome back, you guys.
this is a very big week.
It is a big week.
Celestially, therefore, everything wise, right? Because
Well, tell us about it.
Well, we're headed to the Lions Gate portal. Lions Gate is every year on August 8th. Now, before I get into the significance of the number 8, this is an extra special year because this year is actually 3 8s lining up numerologically.
No
so
way.
we have August, which is an 8, the day of the month, which is the 8th, and then 2024, which is 2024, add those up, is an 8. Amazing, right?
Wow.
So we have the 888. Now let's talk about, you want to know, you ask, what is the spiritual significance of the number 8? Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay, picture the number 8. Look, it's the symbol of infinity.
Right.
Endless, eternal, flowing, no beginning, no end, which is all of reality, which is what we discuss here on the Metaphysical podcast.
Right.
And number 2, think about the DNA strand. It's very similar to a figure 8. Now think about the top part of the 8 representing the spiritual.
Like the
and
crown
then-
chakra. and
Like
all
the crown
that.
chakra. And then underneath is the material. So
The root chakra.
So all of your spiritual and material intentions, meaning what you like your spiritual growth to be, what would you like your material growth to be? Because we are living in a material world, and you're not really a material girl.
Well, I'm a Taurus, so technically I am actually a material girl.
Okay, so but we all like stuff, right? I don't have
Yeah.
my dinosaur mug today because I've got
right
my
there.
beet juice.
You guys, listen.
He doesn't like beet juice. I can't pour this into him.
Hold on 1 second.
What?
I want all of you guys to place a bet that I told him he's going to get red teeth from this beet juice and he's going to spill it on his shirt. So let's play some bets now to see. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that actually, because I think you're not supposed to say that on YouTube.
What? Bets? Really?
Bets, yeah, you can't
I
do
didn't
that.
know that.
But not real bets. Okay, but
Like Bates. If you just change the word.
change the word to Bates. Who thinks that
that
he's going to
true?
spill it and who thinks he's going to put red beets all over
They
his
know I'm
teeth?
not going to spill it.
Okay, what about your teeth are going to turn pink or red?
That's all right.
You don't care.
It's LA.
Damn. I can't do that. I just can't walk around with like red, pink teeth. I just cannot do it.
But you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not going
All right.
to.
So the number 8, again, back to the spiritual and the material
Somebody
connecting.
said $8 they're going to bet for the number 8.
That was good. Who said that?
Abigail.
Abigail, high 5, high 8. Okay, so this also represents the, I already said the spiritual and the material.
Yes.
Also, other words you can use is heaven and earth.
Yes.
Okay, so understanding that you don't have to die to experience heaven, because what we have been referring to as heaven and spiritual understanding is really the freedom and peace that you feel within inside of yourself.
Right. Which
the
is-
love that you give, the
right.
love that you receive, that's the heaven on earth, right? So this is where in the Lionsgate portal, which is August 8th, it represents the spiritual new year.
Right.
In many traditions, I don't want to have to list them all, but that's why we have Google and ChatGPT. Okay, so we are looking at this number 8 as finally in the year of 2024, when Leo the Lion comes in. Do you know anything about Leos?
Just a little bit.
Leo men in particular.
Just a tiny little bit.
Okay, so it is about the lion. It is about the protective, the nurturing, the fiery, but also, really more than anything, the loving and the love of family, friends, tribe. This is a great time to not only to work on yourself, of course, and to let your light shine, Leo representing the sun. And Lionsgate Portal, even though it's kind of, we say lion in astrology, yes, it's in the larger part of cosmology and astrology together. And what we're saying is allow that heart to beat, allow that heart to shine, because your power is your love, and don't ever let anybody change that story. That's what we're always talking about
So
here.
Leos are, what I think Leos are about, being married to a Leo, is I feel like it's about authenticity. I think Leos are here to express and really to bring their heart forward, because they're heart-centered, and to really show the world what they're about, because they have so much they want to share. So when they come out and they're expressed and they're authentic, it feeds them. And the more authentic you are, it feeds you even more. And the more authentic you are, it feeds you even more. And you just keep going and going. And this is the greatest time to do this. If you guys want to take this on for Lionsgate and for this week, and to be in the new moon in Leo, look to the deepest parts of you to see what parts of you that you won't give yourself permission to come out. You won't give yourself permission to be yourself. You won't give yourself permission to dance in front of people, to be silly, to laugh. You know, everyone's so serious. We all stand in line and we're like getting our coffees and we're in the grocery store or whatever. And everyone is just kind of like somber and quiet because we're well behaved and we're supposed to be. And that's fine.
Right.
And we want everybody to have a civil society. However, you know, what's wrong with laughing? What's wrong with, you know, humming a tune, singing a little song while you're
Being
standing in line?
spontaneous, right?
Being yourself.
Isn't it amazing that
Helps
if you're...
people to feel better about their day.
Yeah.
To see other people be happy? Who doesn't like to see that?
Yeah.
We all need to infect each other with happiness. I mean,
Well,
it's not like
I want to answer
a
that.
lame
Hold
statement.
on. Hold on. There are people who don't want to see other people happy.
Okay, let's break that down.
Because what happens is sometimes when people see other people happy, it makes them mad. Because who do these people think they are? Who does that person think they are? Why are they being happy? What's so great? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have found as a medium and as a shaman, and just as a human being, right? Because of underneath it, it's just about the humanness, is that my favorite people were always the ones who celebrated your wins. Those were my favorite friends who were, if something good happened to you, they were like, they
Happy for
celebrated.
you.
Yeah, they celebrated
They weren't
like
jealous.
it wasn't just you, it was them.
Right.
And that, to me, that's what real family is.
Yeah.
Right? So this is, I think it was Jimi Hendrix said, when the power of love surpasses the love of power, the world shall know peace. I don't know, how amazing is that? I wanted to offer you guys something that came up during some of the medicine journeys I was leading this week, because we were talking about freedom, okay? And personal freedom, of course, is what I'm talking about, because I don't get into politics here. So personal freedom, meaning the peace that you have within you. Here's my definition. I haven't even shared it with you yet. So
Okay.
it came up during one of my journeys. And I said that peace is when you are no longer running from anything and no longer chasing anything. No longer running from anything and no longer chasing anything. And so you disappear the whole idea of life as a highway, and you're suddenly just sitting in an open field of grass. And to picture yourself, I'm not running from anything, I'm not chasing anything, and I'm just sitting in an open field of peaceful grass. The breeze is blowing through the blades of grass, and you're just hearing that sweet sound. And you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. This is the moment for you to surrender within yourself and to everything, and then you start to feel the flow of the real life force energy. Because when you are in survivor mode, guys, it's like you're wearing armor, you're holding a sword, you have a shield, you have a helmet. But how can you taste the food, hold the baby, hold hands, feel the sunshine if all the armor is on you? right? So this is a time during Lion's Portal to say, okay, the wars are over, like declaring that for yourself. So even if you still have issues that you're challenged with, you're not calling them wars. The wars are over. Now I'm sitting in the field. I'm not running. I'm not chasing anything, and I am surrendering to my own third eye, my own inner freedom, opening up, allowing myself to hear the guidance that others are offering me, also that I am receiving myself. That being said, welcome to Psychic Sundays.
Welcome, everybody. So would you like to know a little house rules of how this whole thing works? There's people saying that they're coming in from Maria Menouñoz's show.
Oh,
Next Level
love
Soul.
Maria. Love
They
Alex
call
Ferrari.
Us channelers.
Love all these. I love
all
that they
these
call us
places.
channelers. Okay. Well, listen, guys. I'll just start it off. I'm going to be doing readings for the next 2 hours. Oriah is going to be also offering guidance as, and I really will say this, as a master empath and teacher, going into what your questions about emotions and personal growth and understanding energy. All the readings are free, guys, so we can't get to everyone. We just kind of feel what we're supposed to talk about and what questions we're supposed to answer, okay? If you want to donate to the channel, of course, it's always welcome. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So take it away, honey.
Yeah, I'm just watching. There's like a party going on here in the chat room.
There's a party going on.
Yeah, everyone's
That's
talking about
right.
different topics right now, so I'm just kind of keeping up with what's happening here. People
All
are
right.
sending healing energies
Okay.
out to people in the chat room.
All right.
People are talking about where they're at, how they found us, what's going on. Lots and lots going on. For those of you, let's do a little, we always like to do a little surprise every now and then. So tonight, let's just do our special healing, like, people who know how to do Reiki and people who know how to send energy. Let's do an energy healing on all those not feeling good tonight, all of those who don't
Great
feel well,
idea.
people who have migraines, people who their body hurts, something is hurting or not working in their body correctly and they need to find some peace around it. Let's send them a healing energy, but let's come from a place where we're sending them peace in the body, where the body can understand homeostasis and bring the body back into balance. Because
Right.
that's really, really, really what we're all after is balance. And we're all after this homeostasis. So let's send the vibration, the love energy, the frequencies, the rainbow colored lights, and the love energy to everybody on the chat right now who needs healing. And would you like us to do like 30 seconds?
Well,
just
let's
be
do
quiet.
this. Yes, we'll take it off. Let's start with a cleansing breath. Guys, look, it's Sunday night. And even if you're not watching this on Sunday night and you're watching the replay right now, do it anyway, because there's no such thing as time and space. Now is the now when you hear this. So everybody just really drop in, because that's what this is about. This is why we do it from our living room, because it's what we've been doing for a decade and a half. And we just decided, turn the camera on and share it with people. So let's share this energy. I would like you to just drop or put down anything you have in your hands. In fact, I'm going to also. And take your hands and just place your palms facing upwards, okay? Relaxing your shoulders and opening up your collarbone and throat area, meaning don't scrunch. Just open it up. And it would be nice if you close your eyes. I'm going to keep my eyes open just because I'm leading the meditation, and you just do it, please. As your eyes are closed, I want you to begin by relaxing every muscle in your face. Let's begin with the forehead, the temples, your cheekbones. Slow your breathing down in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bringing calm, peaceful energy around your mouth, your teeth, your tongue, your jaw, your ears, your hair, your scalp, your throat, your neck, your fingers and your toes, relaxing them all. All right, let your hands now just go very limp. And surround yourself with light. Make it a big, beautiful light around you, beginning from the point between your eyebrows. This is your third eye chakra. And allow that light just to appear gently but powerfully between your eyebrows, relaxing your forehead and eyebrows even more. And it's beaming light in every direction around you, surrounding you in a circle of light. And Oriah, if you would guide us now where to extend this light into.
So everybody focus on your third eye, a pinpoint area right in between your eyebrows. I want you to feel it burning by putting your focus there and allowing it to get kind of focused and concentrated, like you're just staring at something for a long time and you're just bringing energy to that one point, but you're staring at it from the inside. So you're looking at it from the inside out and you're focused on this one area, and just even in your imagination, this will help. And with this beam of light, this is all just focused intention. It's not an actual beam that's going to come from you, okay? So, but we are just focused intentionality of our third eye frequency, that we believe in peace in the body, and we believe that the body can be at rest when the mind is at peace. We believe that the body can be at rest when the mind is at peace. We all believe this to be true, and we believe that all the cells in the body are universal consciousness and can hear us and can understand what it needs to do to heal, even if the mind is not capable at the moment to be at peace. And so as a group, we unite and send together healing energy, blessing individuals in this group who need healing right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask the cells of the body to respond in unison to create a homeostasis, a peaceful environment where the temperature is at the right temperature and the pressure is at the right pressure, and the entire body releases and surrenders into itself in a very relaxed fashion. There's no rush, there's nowhere to get to, and there's nothing wrong. The body is just needing to have some simplicity and some very just organized thinking, organized communication, so that it can be at peace with itself and it can calm itself down. Send this light in through the people that you can envision on this group chat, through their own portal of their own third eye. Drop it down into their entire body. Send this light like an elevator from the top floor down into the basement. Keep this light going through everybody's body all the way down into the root chakra. Keep going into the legs and into the knees and into the feet. Fill the body capsule with light. This is just a big capsule that we're walking around in, so let's just fill it with light. This healing light energy is universal consciousness, and it is going to help reorganize, and it's going to help bring the body back into peace. And with this, we take a deep cleansing breath in, hold, and we release together all of the energies that do not serve us and them. Together we heal each other and help each other on this healing path and this journey of light and love. And together we are united to help each other on this planet to live a more fruitful and happy and peaceful life. And that is why we're here. And with that, we can open our eyes, look at each other again, and say thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for each other. Namaste. And now
right.
we can go back to the party.
All right. So we start off with spirit shout outs. That means that I say what I'm feeling. My spirit guides connect to me, tell me some things to say. It connects to some of you out there. They're very specific bits of information that they tell to me. And if it matches with what you're experiencing, or you know that person with a name, if it's a person from the other side, I don't just do mediumship, guys. It is not all the questions are not going to be mediumship questions. Some of them are about career. Some of them are about other things, spirit guides, what's my spirit animal. We try to mix it up just to keep it real, you know, because that's how it is. When I do readings, I've been doing readings since, God, I can't even say it anymore. After a while, it gets tired of saying how, you know?
We should just
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's interesting, right? Because when you do things in the public eye, you constantly have to say.
You have to repeat.
I always have to. How many times I've had to say, "Hi, I'm Riz Oriah, a psychic medium, trance channel shaman," but you have to.
I have a way that you can change it up.
You do? What?
That you're grateful that you get to say, "Hi, I'm Riz Oriah."
Oh, I love to say. I love saying it. It's not that I'm not grateful. It's that I want to come up with new terms. I was using locksmith for a while. Remember that?
New term. So I am human and
Soul.
I reprogram.
I am human and I reprogram.
I am a being and I.
What if you just do it in different accents?
Okay,
Do it in different accents.
All right,
That's how you can do it.
Let me okay.
Oh, there you go. There's Kevin.
So let me give the spirit shout out. So there's somebody here who crossed over who used to sleep on a brass bed. Now brass beds I don't even know if they exist. No one makes brass beds anymore as far as I know. But this person slept on a brass bed and had those balls on the side of on the posts, and they're showing that to me. I think they passed away in a brass bed, and they're connected to you. If that's you, please let me know. The other name is Gerald. To me, it's either Gerald or Geraldine. So that would be Gerald. Or if it's a female, INE. They're not finished with the transmission. This is the first time I think they've ever come through connected to you. Also, okay, so there used to be this instrument called the kazoo. Do you know about the kazoo?
Yes.
So someone's playing it from the other side. It's so funny because
I can hear it now.
Yeah, you can?
Yeah, I can hear it.
So there's somebody in spirit here who's playing that.
Interesting.
And it's connected it's a story connected to you. So those are the 3 spirit shout outs. Let us know in the chat. Okay, shall we go to the first question?
Did we cover everything, Erica, as far as like
yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go to the first question.
Let's just go to the first question. I'm ready.
All right, guys. We got our list, checking it twice. First one up is Nathan Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Nathan. What messages do my spirit guides have for me? And by the way, great shirt, Riz. Yay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Nathan. You know something? What I'm getting is overseas travel. I'm getting like big, like your experiences. I assume that you're in America. I almost lost the bet there just now with the beet juice. Okay.
See?
I've assumed, but I almost underline almost. Okay.
It's a long night.
Yeah, it's a long night. So Nathan, if it's possible, now I'm going to tell you, because someone might say, well, I can't go overseas for this, and reasons, and they're very good reasons. Then I would say it's time to bring more international flavor into your life. Yeah, flavor could be food. Maybe learn how to cook some different dishes. My spirit guides they always use words that are coded, don't you think? Yeah. I've noticed that. Mm-hmm. So they just said to me, if he can't go overseas, then he needs to bring international flavor into his life. And then I went, oh, they're meaning flavor. So not just going to a restaurant, but learning how to cook, learning how to bring that, or if you're very good at it now, bring people into your home to feed them, and calling some friends over and having creative conversations. This is the message. Having creative conversations. I have a message for you. There's an actor. His name is Christopher Reeve. He played Superman, and he's appearing to me right now. And it's about you needing help with all the weight you can lift and all of the people you could support with your big energy, Nathan. And I don't know if there's a Superman connection here, and that's why Christopher Reeves is coming through, but it happens all the time to me. Well-known people who are very impactful become spirit guides, and some you've never heard of are. So that message is from him to you. Strengthening body, mind, spirit. Yes. Be prepared. What I know about him was he really prepared for his roles. And it's like you're coming up, Nathan, into the next bigger chapter, bigger things, bigger scenery, bigger. So you don't want it to show up and you're not ready as best as you can be. That's your message. I'd love to know. You got a spirit shout out. All right, here we go.
Okay, so number one. We have Gerald. So Claire Dunn. Gerald Dunn is my father. He passed February 26th of last year.
You want to hear something crazy? Is we have a good friend named Jerry Dunn.
Right.
But he's not a Gerald.
No, but he's a Gerard.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Interesting. That's so weird. So when did he pass?
February of last year.
Okay, it's very recent. No wonder he's coming through. Her name is Claire?
Claire. Mm-hmm.
I think Claire has been with us before, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Claire.
She just looked at some photos of him tonight.
And you called him into existence.
She just looked at some photos of him tonight. And here he is. You look at that.
Say his name 3 times and he pops up, right?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
But he's very happy, just like Beetlejuice is very happy. I think he just came in for the pop-in, but he made it at the top of the show for you, Claire. So now you can kick back and relax and have a beet juice. Okay, next one.
So we have 2 possibilities for the brass bed, but you said it might be someone that passed away in the bed?
Could be, yeah.
It is.
That's the one I want.
The one.
Mm-hmm.
So Robin Kincaid. Robin, her mother Cheryl passed away 5 years ago in the brass bed.
Thank you. So, Robin, look, this is how it works. Guys, happens every Sunday for the last 10 months. Your loved ones know you're going to be watching. You know I don't know you. So they just come through and say something very specific. I mean, I'm just as a human, I'm always amazed. Even 10,000 readings I've done, I'm like, wow, they always come through. They know, like Robin, that you're watching. And she's like, I passed away in the brass bed. They were showing that to me. So she comes in to just see this as a confirmation that she's having the time of her afterlife and she loves you. And surf's up. Isn't that interesting? I heard surf's up.
I love that.
Planning to surf or go to the beach or something? Get to the beach. She's like, surf's up. Oh, she's around a lot of water. Like the ocean's crashing. Beautiful. So that's for you, Robin. Mom's doing great. And yeah, that's what she used to tell me about it, was the passing away in the brass bed. Okay. Good for the spirit shout outs?
I actually have the kazoo too.
You got the kazoo too.
I don't have a date yet.
Okay, but what's the kazoo?
So someone named Stacy.
Stacy.
And her sister Meredith.
Meredith.
Her father's name is Roy. And he had a kazoo and a number of flutes and organs.
Oh, wow. A kazoo. Well, it's always for who's watching live, you know?
Yeah.
It's always so specific. Stacy and Meredith? Mm-hmm. Well, Stacy and Meredith. Dad is still playing the kazoo, except it's in my ear, our third ear. He's playing it in our third ear. I have not heard that sound. I don't think since I was 8 years old.
A long time.
I hadn't even forgot the word kazoo existed.
I know, me too.
Like even when I heard the sound, I was going to say Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
And I thought, is this about Kalamazoo, Michigan?
Right.
Watch somebody writes it now that they forgot. No, and then they spelled it out. No, not Kalamazoo, kazoo. This is a kazoo we're playing for you, and they'll know. So he's saying hello through the kazoo, and I think he's picked that one because that's a funny sound, and he wants to keep the energy fun and light when he's leaving a little hello for you here on Psychic Sundays.
Are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready. Should I get... Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Carolyn Starr. Question. My name is Carolyn, and I would love to know who are my guides, and do they have guidance for me?
Well, Merlin's working with you right off the bat, I'll tell you. It's all about waving that magic wand. I think that you actually should... Do you throw oracle cards, or have you learned tarot yet? That would be a very good thing for you to if you're already doing it, diving in even deeper, and if you haven't started, then to use the cards as a way of sharpening your own psychic gifts. Now, everyone has a psychic sense. It is all of our sixth sense, but not all of us have a very strong sixth sense, just naturally. We're not all supposed to have the same musical ability, athletic ability. Right? Look at the Olympics. How hard do all of those athletes work? But they can't just get there with just how hard they work. It has to be genetic also. It has to be some quality they already have. Then add the tons of dedication and hard work. Okay, but everyone...
She says, no, but I love tarot.
Great. So there you go. So learn. There are online courses. Take a real course. And I suggest learn from the original deck, the Rider-Waite deck. Okay.
All right, moving on. Lady Bacon, Rebecca here. I like how she spells her name. Rebek. Is that 2 Ks? AH.
Yeah, that's killer.
I love it. Would love some direction from my spirit guides. Feeling stuck in my spiritual journey. I'm not sure where to go next.
Yeah, what I'm getting for you is you need to do something physical. For example... I'm going to share some things with you. When I was really starting to learn about energy and getting very excited about all the metaphysical concepts I was learning, connecting all the dots, learning about crystals and things. Some of the things that I would do was I would be very spontaneous. And this was just me, but I want you to use this as perhaps an example for you. Let's say I was just sitting somewhere in a park or on the grass, and I had I saw some little pebbles or rocks, and I would just pick them up and I would create like a little mini Stonehenge. I actually remember doing this one time in Central Park in New York. And I was sitting there and I just was playing with the stones. Now, I didn't know anything about magic stones or runes. Runes are the old practice of divination through throwing these rocks with symbols on them. I didn't really know much about that. But I started just letting myself be really loose with what I was doing in my routine, spiritually, and then also practically. Practically meaning if I was going to work on a particular bus or subway when I was younger, I took a different bus or subway, or I walked, or instead of making a left all the time, the same route when I drive, I'll take the exit earlier and take the local streets. It is about changing little things right now that are part of your routine. Okay, so you say, well, I can only work out in the mornings. Well, start working out in the evenings. Just understand that you can reprogram yourself. Now, maybe you're not going into the deepest level of reprogramming all of your conscious beliefs and patterns, but you'll get there. So let's start first with some of the things that at first you'll call them superficial changes. But remember something, guys. Superficial changes are very powerful. If you change the furniture arrangement in your living room, it will change the energy and you will feel different and you will act different. Get a haircut, change your hair color, put some colored contacts in, change the jacket you're wearing. Sometimes a great jacket can make you feel, was it Jerry Seinfeld who said that? Can make you feel like you conquered the world in a great jacket. So start there. And so back to the rock thing. So I would just put them in formations and it was like almost like it was meaningless. Stay with me here. It was like it was meaningless, but that's what was great about it, because when you're a kid, kids do things because they're in the moment. They're not trying to make something happen or get something out of it, other than they're in the moment of enjoying it. And what it's saying is that I'm not in any emergency. I'm not being chased by anything, and I'm not chasing after anything, right? I'm not running from something. So this is, and you're going to get into gear. By the way, just also to let you know, I feel that this is a cycle that's going now till March. And then after March, I see some new kind of training or some kind of, also maybe professional, where you're asked to do more things or expand upon your skill set. And that's going to be a great thing. It's almost like you find a true calling at that moment.
Well, Nathan Wallace is responding to his reading.
Yeah.
He was the first person.
Okay.
And he said, where did it just go? Oh, he said, yes, I'm planning to do some spiritual musical gatherings in Egypt and Greece, moving to Arizona this spring. I just talked to past spiritual mentor today for support and talked last night with partner. I think he was the one about mixing it up and bringing.
No, he was about going international.
International.
Perfect.
International.
Look at that. I love it.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Let's see. Nancy S. Can Riz explain all the health powders that he recommends on Instagram? Looking for health recommendations. I'm feeling off lately.
I'll go into a couple of them. Today on Instagram, I went on you ever go on an Instagram like rage? Is that a new term? I just coined it. Instagram rage. I was just in the kitchen and I was looking at my supplements. And my birthday is coming up on the 20th, and I'll be 55 years old. If that means anything, I do think that I look younger than 55, and I wanted to share, like, what is it that I do?
Right.
So number one, of course, is appreciating the people in my life and joy. Number one is you. Appreciating the people in my life and loving my life. Those are the two biggest anti-aging formulas. But as far as physical supplements, number one, I'm really, really diving in deep into moringa powder, Moringa, which comes from the miracle tree, which is found in India and parts of Africa. And if you just look this up, you'll see, like, how did you not know about this before? Start off small, have it with a meal. It's a powder. Take just like quarter teaspoon, a half a teaspoon. You find it. And look this stuff up, and it's amazing what it can do for you. From its antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and also its anti-inflammatories. It's just incredible. Then I'll just do two, okay? And if you guys want to know more, just go to my Instagram stories today and you'll find the rest. And I'll just do one more. And the other one that I want to talk about, and I talk about it all the time, is having electrolytes in your water.
But give a different one, because you always talk about electrolytes.
Well, if they're just joining, so look up electrolytes.
What about the acacia fiber?
The acacia fiber, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. You take it at night. We don't get enough fiber. We do not get enough fiber.
We try, okay, chia
No,
seeds.
not just us.
Right.
Everyone. You need like 20 to 30 grams. So look up acacia fiber. Take it before you go to bed. Let's move on to the psychic questions.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I actually would like to talk about fiber.
Well, let's revisit it.
Okay. Well, okay, let's come back to fiber, you guys.
I want to get a lot of questions in tonight.
Yeah, but I really want to talk about fiber, and I also want to take questions. So you have to remember that.
I don't think anyone's ever said that on the planet yet, but let's go on.
Spirit shadow, okay.
It's the first time for everything.
L Smart. When I meditate, as I go deeper and it becomes more subtle, my body shakes like a seizure. What is the cause?
You want to take that?
Yes. Well, first of all, congratulations, L Smart. This is a very good sign, but it's temporary. It's not going to last forever that you're going to be shaking when you are getting used to feeling your own energy field. It's just because you're putting some concentration and some focus to an area and you're amping it up when you are meditating, because you're kind of locking into the other frequencies that are out there around you, and you're kind of locking into the grid of, not the matrix grid, but more like the frequencies that are around you everywhere. That's the creation grid. And so what happens is it's a lot of energy. So you're going to be feeling that kind of twitching. Riz, to this day, if you give him certain crystals, he will shiver and shake, and like his whole body will react to it. Mm-hmm. So it happens where your body will like shake and have like seizures. I've seen people do it. We used to go to kirtans, which I love, and we used to sit and people would be also shaking during that time. Also, even in religious communities, people will shake like that and have those types of seizures. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just because a lot of energy is being produced and running through your nervous system. Eventually, though, unless you're getting something out of it, you really don't need to continue doing that until, after you do it for a while and get really familiar with big energy in your body, you start to get used to being a host of big energy. It's kind of like going from 90, what's the lowest octane gasoline?
You said 90, I thought you were going to say 90 Day Fiancé. That's how tortured my brain is now from you making me watch that.
Okay, let's just go back to what I was just saying. I am not going to qualify that.
Okay.
What is the lowest gasoline? Is it 89?
89.
89. 89. And then 91's the highest octane. So
93.
93? Yeah, is it 93?
Wait, am I making that up? Is it 93?
How come I don't know the octanes of gasoline?
It is 93.
What the heck?
Right. And your dad was a hot rodder. He is like...
I don't even know what's happening right now.
In heaven right now, throwing lightning bolts down at you.
Just bizarre that I forgot that. Maybe menopause, I'm going to blame that.
I just said hot rodder.
Okay, so what happens is when you first...
That proves I'll be 55.
When you first start activating yourself and you start allowing these higher energy fields, it's like going to higher octane gasoline. You're starting to feel more power. And so you will start to feel those little seizures. Then eventually you will get used to it. And then as you get used to it, you're not going to shake as much anymore.
Is that the word you use, seizures?
Yeah. Eventually it'll go away.
Seizure-like. She's not having real seizures.
No, seizure-like.
Okay.
Okay, next question, Stephanie. I'm Stephanie. My sister Angela passed suddenly. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stephanie. In 2019, does she have any messages for me, mom and dad, and her daughter, Serena?
Serena. Does somebody have her sunglasses? Or is there something about glasses going on right now? She's showing me, she's coming through real strong. But the first thing I'm seeing is something about glasses. So either you have her glasses or sunglasses, or somebody needs glasses and doesn't know it. That's the only thing I can make from that. Yes. Okay. So I have to tell you also that there is an animal on the other side with her as well. To me, it looks like a dog, but there is one there. And I'm going to describe to you how I see her: barefoot and dancing. Was somebody playing a lot of, like, were you playing music in the kitchen and dancing around recently? Was somebody doing this? Also, I think that when she's been around in your house, it's like the Bluetooths or the speakers like go in and out or something. That's because they, when our loved ones sometimes visit us, electrical equipment responds to the frequency that they kind of are charged up with. So that happens. Also, she's showing me, and maybe you can make sense of this, it's like a wreath of flowers. I'm not talking about the kind that we just put on a casket. That's not I'm talking about the kind you wear like in May for like May like celebrations wreath? Or something. But she has that on, and her hair is like
are they called
beautiful.
Garlands?
Unless there's some connection to the month of May. But that's what I always connect with the month of May is that garland.
As you should.
Maybe she's responding. I don't know.
She said I sometimes dance in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Fairly recently
you've been, yeah. So she's been watching you when you're dancing in the kitchen. And she's dancing along with you barefoot.
Aww.
She doesn't know what the sunglasses reference is or the glasses reference is?
There's a little bit of a delay too. So.
Okay, let's see what happens with that one. Also, blue. Blue is the color that she's coming in, and blue is the color of something that's connected here. And so there is, sometimes in movies they'll show a person putting their hand against the glass, and another person puts their hand on the other side of the glass, and they connect. That's how she's showing me she connects to you.
Oh.
Like putting her hand up like this. And if you want to meditate and connect to her in that way, then put your hand up like when you're laying in bed. By the way, do you twitch when you're in bed? Because she's laughing about somebody twitching when they sleep. Okay. These are all the little messages coming through. So let's see what happens. Okay, next one.
Hi guys, I just want to say you are amazing. Lady O, thank you for suggesting the meditation. I imagined myself sitting in a circle, holding everybody's hands, and we were all connected, sharing healing. That's very sweet. Lady Bacon, who is, see what her name was, Rebecca, the way she spelled it. She said, thank you so much for answering my question. Wow, can I just say how crazy it is to be spoken to through a live?
It is
in
crazy,
regards to physical changes, I recently cut off all of my hair. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cleansing when you do it with an emotional backing to it. Even if you're mad, it's fine because it's cathartic.
Can we talk about the color blue? Because when you said it, I realized we're surrounded by blue, and your rings, like, hold them up to the light again. They're so blue.
These are labradorite rings, which is the psychic stone.
And it was catching the light a certain way, and it was like hitting really blue.
I love that. I can't wait to watch it later. Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, like that. Erica, can you see it?
Yeah.
Like it hits really blue. And I just,
it's a very healing color for the throat.
Like cobalt blue is a very deep and magical color. You can get lost in it. It's like the dark, it's almost, I think it goes dark blue and then it goes into onyx. It starts to go into black. It's the darkest blue that holds that concentrated form. And
I believe so.
I think that's like one of the highest magical colors. I think it's like
cobalt blue is something you don't see a lot of.
It's like Merlin's color. Like, yes, it is. Can I talk about my book for a second?
Please.
Okay.
It's coming out soon.
It's coming out
October, Halloween.
Yes. Okay. I just want to let you guys know it's in process. It takes a long time to get a 400-page book printed and have it ready. Yeah. So it's amazing. It's a 3-month process to just do the publication part. So I just want to let you guys know that if you're interested in my Merlin's book, the name of my book, it's my first fantasy novel. It's a spiritual sojourn of my spiritual journey, but set in Merlin's forest. The goal is to find Merlin at the end of it, and the goal is to find myself and my most magical self. And since I'm a huge fantasy person, I absolutely had to bring in every single thing I believe in the most magical way. And it has over 380 highly colorful illustrations. I have a collector's edition with a dust jacket. It's very special, and it's like a keepsake level, like you can gift it to someone for like the holidays. And then also you have a paperback. So I'll be announcing all that. I'll drop a link in if you're interested. You can put your name on the list, and I'll get back to you on that. I'm very excited about that. That's what happens when you say colors.
Okay,
Sometimes that's what happens is I followed that trail and it led me to Merlin's forest.
Are we in the mood for some spirit shout-outs?
Spirit shout-outs.
All right, spirit shout-outs. Okay, someone who is on the other side here was either deaf in one ear or something. This ear was really damaged, or I don't know, maybe it was they were born with a deformed ear. I don't know, but it's someone. I don't know if it's you or this person, but it's somebody's mom. I believe it because it's a woman talking about it. So let me know if that's you. Second spirit shout out. The name is Ava, A-V-A. A-V-A, either that's your name or the person who's crossed over. Yes, thank you. It is one of those. They are here, present. Thank you. Number 3 spirit shout out. Boy, it is so many people here wanting me to say something. Thank you. This person used to work on airplanes, so jet engines and things like that. They had some background in aviation mechanics, or you're in aviation mechanics. This is a male on the other side. Thank you. All right. Anywhere back from anyone? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Here we go. Okay, so we did Stephanie. Okay, so now we are on to Tammy.
Tammy.
Hello, I'm grateful to be here tonight. Well, welcome, Tammy.
Welcome.
I would love a message from my spirit guides or ancestors on my spiritual career and eventually leaving my job and keeping my vibration high. Any messages?
I have a very interesting past life thing I want to tell you about. So you were part of, and this feels close to maybe 200 years ago in Rome, in what would, I don't know if the Vatican was even around 200 years ago, but that group of people, papal, P-A-P-A-L, like that have to do with like the Pope and the archbishops, and you had some place in that ranking. This is where part of your spiritual journey was in religion, actually. But you know, some of those people who were the monks of those religions at the time were highly metaphysical, and you were part of that. And I do have to say, there was also a lifetime. Your house burned down in that lifetime is what they're showing me. This has something to do with your search for a home in this life. Also, they're showing me the pine cone. Pine cone always represents pineal gland, and just a very magical object, the pine cone. If you Google it, there's videos on how you can take a pine cone and make it grow. It's quite fascinating that we think of a pine cone as dead. It is not dead. There's tremendous life force in it, and that's what I feel like they want me to bring this to your attention. Spirit animal right now is snake. That's the symbol of transformation and healing, working with you to understand how to help them shed the skin layer that the people that you're in the spiritual work, like how are you helping them shed that skin? You have a spirit guide working with you. Her name is Philomena. Philomena. I guess that would be F-I-L-O-M-E-N-A. She's herself is a mystical healer, priestess, good witch kind of energy, shaman. Call on her when you are protecting yourself. When you're saging, make sure you go under your feet as well, like lift your feet up, sage underneath there. You tend to draw it down through your body, and you might feel kind of disconnected from the top half of your body to the second half of your body when you're doing energy work. But this will help connect those. Oh, actually, for the number 8 too, help that infinity flow of energy flow through you top to bottom. And that's your message for today.
So I'm letting people know that you also give people past live readings on where their what their major past lives are. I'm going to drop a link if you guys have time later to watch a whole show we did on past lives. We talk about it all the time. It's very complex, and that includes deja vu and many other things. So I just dropped it in if you guys want to check that out.
Also,
I feel like you're getting a message.
Yeah, I'm getting another spirit shout out. There's I don't know if this is this sounds like a nickname, but it's like Tico. T-I-C-O? Do you know someone by that name? Is that you or someone in your family? Tico. Okay. Spirit shout out. Question.
So there's one person who currently can only hear in one ear.
Yes.
And they had a question about their dog that crossed over.
Okay.
And there's another person that has someone on the other side who had hearing damage in one ear.
Yes.
Is that person?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Penny Barnes.
Hi, Penny.
My mom had hearing damage in one ear from radiation of her brain.
That's why I said it was a female. If you scroll back, you'll hear me say it was a female.
Her name is Janet, and she passed away in August of 2006.
This is her mom, right?
Yeah.
So your mom was coming through and showing that to me because, that's so disturbing for a person when we remember our parents suffering from a disease, whether it's cancer or anything else, but it's so impactful, so visceral. It's just a terrible way to think of them in that state. But she's not in that state anymore. That's over and done with. And I want to say something, guys. When people talk about, even when the loved ones come through and they talk to me about, I died in the brass bed, or I had this thing with my ear, they're not suffering. They're almost talking about it like this, like, hey, I was a kid in 3rd grade that had the desk with all the scratches on it. It doesn't matter what happened to that desk anymore. They're not in 3rd grade. They've graduated, right? You don't care about your desk from 3rd grade. So it's like that. And even when they mention objects that they have left, they don't have an attachment to it. They use the objects to symbolize something for you. Remember something, the symbol is not the thing. The symbol is symbolic or points to the feeling of love. So sometimes they'll say, someone's got my this or that. And you guys will go, that's my dad. I have his thing. He doesn't want you to protect it, never part with it. It's that he's just using that as a point of reference for you to remember the love that's associated with it. But again, the love that's associated with it, not the thing. So she's just using that. Just wanted to let you know because she is. It's interesting. She's showing me she's with some people who are flying kites. And it's this beautiful, almost looks like a watercolor painting to me. And there's these people in this beautiful green field flying kites. It almost looks like it's somewhere like in Ireland or something. But that's her version of heaven. Very, very happy. And she just wanted to say hello to you because she knew you were watching. Okay.
The name Tico?
Tico, yeah.
So Bernadette has a family member with that name.
Yes. Did that person Tico lose a parent or someone close to them? That's what I need to know, Bernadette.
So there's several people who have questions about their past lives. I just gathered them all together. How would you like to do it? Would you like to do a few in a row or?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So Bree, I would love to know the most relevant past life or concurrent life that I could take advice with or from.
Okay. Wow. Bree, you asked for something and I got a pretty heavy answer. So you had a life where, and it's important for you to hear this one because it's going to get a little morbid, but look, it's a past life. We've all been through some morbid past lives. So someone took your life in a past life, and that's the one they're showing me. Now, I don't want to get into what I'm seeing, how they took it, whatever. Think of all the ways you could do it. It's one of those. I don't want to go into it. What I'm going to tell you is the reason they're showing that to me is that there's an urgency about life that you have now. I'm going to underline the word urgency. Like getting it all done. We all want to get stuff done, but some of us are more like that than others. So you carry this. It's like it's like someone running. Remember the old cartoons where someone was running around with a stick of dynamite trying to find somewhere to throw it into the ocean? There were little funny scenes like that. Like Bugs Bunny, like what are Bugs Bunny running around with a stick of dynamite? What do I do with this? And throws it into the water. So there's that kind of urgency. Your safety and your physical well-being, you're coming now to a turning point, Bree, where you're going to feel really safe and grounded on the planet, and that's why it's coming up right now in this reading.
Interesting.
Because she asked the right question.
Yeah.
In terms of, she added, "For me to know now." Is that something like that? She said, right? Right. That's impacting you now. Mm-hmm. So, Bree, it's about your safety on the planet, that you're fine and nothing's going to happen to you. That's not your karmic path in this life is physical violence or anything, okay? So it's clear. Your path is clear for that. Let's just move forward now, especially in this Lionsgate portal, that you know that all the branches and rocks and rubble are out of your way and nothing's going to bite you on this path. It is all clear. Go ahead, proceed forward, Bree. Okay, next.
Okay. Jewel James says...
I know that name. I think we've heard from her before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
"I just found a psychic in town that does past life readings. I'm kind of nervous paying that much. I met her at the fair. I'm curious if finding out about past lives or lives will help with that issue of being abandoned by the mother, that block, or is that through Akashic readings?" And,
I didn't understand that last sentence.
Well, basically, the question is like, she wants to know, when you're first learning about past lives, you don't know how to ask about it.
Yes.
So she wants to know if this can help. If she finds out about a past life, can this help with the current situation she's having about being abandoned by her mother in this life? Like, will a past life reading help her understand more about this
Here's
area?
how a past life reading can help you. Remember, let's slow down, guys. I think all of you guys are going to benefit from this answer. First thing I want to address is she goes, "I don't know if I want to spend that much." I'll tell you something. There are psychic readings you can get for free, like here. But there are psychic readings that I have gotten in the past where I paid what someone would call a lot of money for and were not good. And sometimes there were psychic readings I paid $30 for, and they were really good. And sometimes there were psychic readings that I paid a lot of money for that were amazing. And so it's a mixed bag, guys. It's a totally mixed bag. So, once you're in something, don't think of it as, "Oh no, I didn't get my money's worth." You just look, you're paying for an experience. That's what you do. That's what we all do. And best not to dwell on it. And many times I'll tell you this. This has even happened with me. I remember there were some people who I gave readings to that nothing connected in the reading. They got one thing out of 20 things I said. And guess what? 7 years later, and Erica, you know this, we'll get an email that'll be like, "Oh my God, I had a reading, the Riz, and I only thought one thing was right, and now everything he ever said in that reading, I'm listening to it, has come true." So you can't judge it in that moment. Readings you're going into the realm of energy and psychic work, right? It's not like getting your hair cut, where you go, "I like it, I don't like it." Right? Okay. Number 2, she mentioned Akashic records, which is, some people believe in Akashic records, some people do not. Whether we call them Akashic records or not, I do believe, in my own experience, that the lifetimes of knowledge and I want to say karmic things that happen, yes, they do still exist energetically in the air. So some might call that the Akashic record. Now, number 3, I think that the best combination of past life readings are, you get a past life reading and then you get a past life regression hypnotherapy session.
Absolutely.
Because that's where you can do the real work. There's a show you guys should watch. There's a network called LMN. I don't even know if it still exists, but certainly on YouTube you can watch these episodes.
Right.
And there's a show called Reincarnation. Catchy title.
Yeah.
And basically it's just a guy in a room who's a regression hypnotherapist, and he's sitting in the room and there's a couch and someone comes in, gets hypnotized and regressed, and they see a past life, and he asks them very detailed questions like their name, what date is it, what part of the country are you in, what's your dad's name. It's amazing, the show.
Right.
And then they leave. For 2 weeks his team researches. If it's recent history, they research to find out was this really a real person? And of course it was. And then they called the person back and they showed the person the video of them being hypnotized and always freaked out because they never saw themselves being hypnotized. And then they show them the evidence of that past life. So it's amazing.
Did you talk about Journey of the Souls yet?
Journey of the Souls is a great book by Michael Newton. Please,
I'm going to drop
you guys
in the
drop it in the link. Yeah. Journey of Souls. I actually like the audio CDs.
Yeah, the audio CDs so
now
good.
They don't have CDs anymore, but probably because they have actors acting out the actual dialogue of the hypnotic regression session. All right, let's move on.
I got some spirit.
Spirit shout out.
So I'm getting some clarification on the airplane one. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
But there's another Tico. Bernadette doesn't know. Thinks maybe has someone on the other side, but doesn't know for sure. But then Kelsey says, I have a good friend, Tico, which is actually spelled exactly like you said, Tico, who said he's never met his father, but she doesn't know details about the father. It's a very difficult subject for him.
So you're watching for him, and Tico, if you're watching this replay from your friend, there's someone here on the other side. It is a male. I cannot confirm whether it's your father or not, but it could be your father's father. But there's someone here who has a lot of love for you, male energy, watching over you, and wants to just let you know that. Now, whether you ever find out who that is, or you don't know their name, or you spend the rest of your life, it's all a mystery. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. Just know, and there's no coincidences. There's just accept that this happened tonight, that someone came through to tell you this, okay? That this is for you to know that you are loved and supported on the other side, and that this life was for you to make sure that you are the best version of yourself. That we are not talking about money and success, though if you want that, get it. You have everything that it takes, but you haven't stepped out of the shadows with yourself. And this is time to do healing work. This is the time to surrender to the magic that's within you and never ever stop. So please let Tico know that to his friend and show him this, and Tico, that message is for you. Okay.
So because you're bringing it up, it's opening up a plethora of things.
I've never even heard the name Tico, which is amazing.
I know.
Okay.
But you're talking about past life regression. So
yes.
Brandy Mason said, hi guys, I'm interested in becoming a past life regressionist, and I'm wondering if my spirit guides give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up from the guides and from me. Absolutely, you must do it. It's going to be very, very much a coveted professional title in the coming years, because we are diving in deeper into not just the subconscious, which is the thoughts we have underneath our conscious mind, but the super consciousness, which is our spiritual self, our third eye self.
Okay. So I have a few more people that can do past life, or I can just go to mediumship. Do you have?
Let's do a mediumship, and then we'll go back to past life. Okay. One mediumship and then past life. See what we got.
Okay. Actually, not just mediumship, also advice from the guides kind of thing. Okay. So now we're going to go to Damien Charlie. I feel called to do spirit work, but I'm unsure in which way. Any advice from my guides on this?
I'm going to connect with your guides while I'm getting that message. I'll share with you. It is what comes easiest to you, meaning what flows the easiest. Take the path of least resistance. Spirit work, and when it comes from metaphysical, actual, literally spirit work, whether you're a medium, you're psychic, you're a healer, you're an energy worker, you're an empath, you are anything in those realms, pick the one, or tarot reader, or astrologer, all of these are all part of metaphysics. Then you have to feel which one actually sparks some interest, that you would be self-motivated to learn more. Not where it's a chore to learn, but where you find yourself, what are you gravitating towards? Okay. So I'm connecting to the guide. I'm seeing who one of your guides are, so I'd love to know that. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to give you, it's a message. You have an angelic guide working with you, and I'm going to, I don't even know how to, you'll have to Google it. I'm going to try and spell it. The last is like two names. The second part of the name is Kara, K-A-R-A. It's like something in the beginning that's 4 letters, but I can't hear it properly at the moment. But the last, I would just say Kara. Kara is the name of one of your guides. It might come to me by the end of this show tonight. I'm just asking what the message is. Well, number one, make sure your meditative practice is on point. Has to be every day, twice a day. Doesn't have to be long, just has to be 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Okay. So your work right now is understanding body-mind connection. There's a really good book for you to read. It's called, it's by Louise Hay. What's the name of her book?
Heal Your Body.
Heal Your Body. Read that book and then go from there. Okay.
Erica, can you drop that link? Yeah. Okay. Next.
Anam Kara, A-N-A-M, K-A-R-A. That might be it. Okay.
Okay. So Rain Monet, hey, you too. So I have a family member's son who was just accused of a serious crime recently that he did not commit. His name is Nathan. Do you see the legal system seeing through the deceit and lies?
Yeah, I definitely see the wheels turning in this situation. I think it's already actually in motion. I don't feel it's like, when you feel like, oh my God, 100% people are after this person on the, the one who are trying to prosecute, thinking that you did the crime. You know how many people didn't commit a crime? They're sitting in jail, right? It's disgusting. It's sad. It's terrifying that happens to people. That's one question I'm going to have for the guides on the other side. Like, how could innocent people go to jail? Okay. So the answer quickly is yes, I do see it in their favor. And I do see like the wheels turning already in this regard. Like I feel like some evidence will come up or like, oh, that's impossible because this has now shown up. Okay? All right. I have to say something also, Spirit shout out. There's a woman on the other side whose favorite candy is Kit Kats. And she's showing me Kit Kats. You know Kit Kat chocolates? Anyway, she's related to you. And Kit Kats is the connection to you. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. My birthday is August 21st. Day after yours.
Day after mine.
I'm Kayla, K-H-A-Y-L-A. Any birthday message from spirit guides? I feel Prince is one of my guides.
Yay!
Of course, I'm not surprised with that birthday.
I was just talking.
Oh my God.
To someone recently about this video that popped up on the internet. You guys should look it up. Type in street interview with 11-year-old Prince as an 11-year-old, something like that. Type that into YouTube.
Yes.
So this guy in Minneapolis who worked at the news station was going through the archives of all the footage of the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Looking for historical footage on a teacher strike, on different teacher strikes that have happened in Minneapolis. So as he's going through hours and hours of footage, he sees an interview with this at one of the protests from 1970. And there's a kid who is unmistakably Prince. And he speaks, and he's got the total like.
Well, now you're gonna make everybody
go watch that on YouTube. Okay, you got to find it. And he starts talking about how the teachers do deserve more money. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's and so they take this footage and
I have it.
They find one of Prince's childhood friends. You want to put it in the community board? They find one of Prince's childhood friends who's now obviously like 65, 70 years old, and like, is this him? And he goes, yeah, I think he said Skipper. That's what they used to call him.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's Skipper. Oh my God, I can't believe you found that footage. Imagine looking at news footage of when you were in 3rd grade.
Oh my God.
Talking to a news reporter.
He's so cute.
And I mean, it's so clearly him. He looks exactly the same, guys.
I just put the link in the chat.
All right, guys, watch this.
And by the way, I am freezing.
You want to turn the fan off?
Yeah, because you have...
E, would you turn it off?
Turn down
so I want to say this about Prince, and I will give you a message from him. Why? Because I've actually gotten messages, and I actually gave a reading to one of his family members.
No, the fan.
Years ago.
Oh, the fan.
Yeah.
And when I gave this message to a family member years ago, I didn't know that she was his family member, which, by the way, is online somewhere. Okay, so let me see if there's a message. A little bit of a delay on that end, but I'll see if Red Eagle, my guide, has a message for you. And what is her name again? Kayla?
Yeah.
Kayla, birthday on the 21st? Okay, thank you. One of the first messages that I'm getting for you is it's time to buy yourself flowers. Brighten up and have a bit more of a romance with yourself. I'm not talking about anything ego-driven. I'm talking about your love of being alive and you getting to be who you are. Again, it's not ego. Babies love who they are. Then over time, we start to not love who we are. And it's time on this birthday that you gave yourself that, like a kid. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, here is the message I'm getting from Red Eagle, my guide. You are to pick 5 people, 2 you know well, 2 you don't know so well, and someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. And you go on like Amazon or something and you buy them a little gift and you fill out the little gift card note on Amazon and you have it sent to them on your own birthday. That's your message for now. Also, for some reason, I don't know why, of course, because it's a psychic message, I see Colorado and Arizona in your future for some reason. Certainly amazing places there to visit, but maybe there's something more there for you than just that. Okay.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out.
Okay, so Monica.
Yeah.
Her grandma Anna, who passed in 2016. When she was in the late stages of dementia,
yes,
all she ate was Kit Kats and kielbasa. Seriously, every day.
Kit Kats and kielbasa.
Kit Kats and kielbasas. Remember the days of Kit Kats and kielbasas. Well, she's definitely not eating Kit Kats and kielbasas now, but she showed me that she was into the Kit Kats and kielbasas. And let me tell you something, you don't need to have a dementia to love Kit Kats.
Seriously.
She's saying hi, and I think that she wants to have you have a little Kit Kat. Careful with the kielbasas, though. And I really do feel that. She just wants you to know that she loves you and thanks you, and have a Kit Kat on her this Halloween. Give them out to the kids who are trick-or-treating, and make sure you dress up for Halloween. All right.
Okay. Next question is from Jelena. I have a question I would like to ask. I have been struggling to figure out how best to support my daughters. I read tarot and oracle cards.
And
mother of 5.
Second bubble 2-0.
I feel like I should be perhaps reading cards online, but I'm not sure if that's the right course of action either. You want me to take this one?
Mother of 5 empath, you should.
Okay, so best way to make money online.
Oh, is that the question? Really?
Well, since she already is doing tarot and oracle cards, and you already are considering to read it online.
What's the daughter's question thing? She said something about daughters.
She wants to make money for her daughters.
That's the question?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even understand the question. I thought she said how to get through to her daughters.
They have that like do 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 do.
No, but they have this.
Do, 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 do.
Why are you chiming in on that one?
Glasses are going to come off?
I just wanted to be
Glasses are going to come off?
Some people go like this when they disbelieve something.
So
I go like this.
Is it my imagination, or when I go to answer my questions, my Leo husband cannot control himself and he has to interrupt me constantly?
It's just your imagination.
Is that my imagination?
Yes.
No,
it can't be possibly true.
No
I didn't understand the question.
Oh, so now you want to do take backs? You're not getting that. So now it's my question.
Take backs.
Yeah, you're not doing take backs. I have the question. I'm answering it. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's my recommendation. Yes to online always, because obviously you can reach more people that way. But the key to making money online is that you have to really believe and love what you do. And that's the key to pretty much everything in general. But specifically online, if you're going to do anything online, make sure you are as authentic as possible and bring your best foot forward and put all your colors out so everybody can see you. So if you want to have a fun background, put candles out, have, really unique things in the room that represent you, go all out, do whatever you got to do. It's your special brand and it's your special voice and it's your uniqueness is what's going to stand out. That is what people want to see, because there's a million tarot readers and a million astrologers, but really, really showing your best self and showing why you love it, what you love about it, and that you're excited about it is what people really want to see. And so you can start off on a sliding scale. You can start off with doing some free readings if you want, and then you can go from there. Or, there's many ways you could do it. You could do it daily. You could drop in daily, pull a card daily. Now, to have that be your final income forever, like right now, obviously it doesn't work that way because you have to build up your clientele, your base, your people. It takes time. So, word of mouth is really great. You can ask friends and family. I'll give you a free tarot reading if you can help me bring in people. Things like that. Think like a salesman in that way. You could do it. It's possible. You just have to be very motivated and don't look for responses right away. Like you're supposed to see big numbers in 30 days or 60 days. Like you have to give this time. So meanwhile, you may have to have a little side gig or something on the side that's very consistent, even if it's just like, something small to do if you need to make money, until you can get this off the ground. But don't give up on yourself. Being successful online takes time. You have to really you have to work out all the kinks. If you guys go back to our early episodes in October, it's so funny. I love how we are in all the episodes. However, you could see the starting, like the beginnings of us. You could see our set was like, we didn't know what to do. We were trying to figure out
one mic. We didn't know how to make the sound work. We didn't know how to do the audio.
We were like on our first episode, I think we spent 10 minutes trying to get our audio.
We learned how to be on YouTube, like the technical part, by watching YouTube.
Oh my God, how much YouTube we watched. So much YouTube. And then, to learn everything, and just understand how to do it.
Yeah.
It just took time. It takes time to like cultivate. And, our next episode for Psychic Live is going to be episode 40.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about the fact that people, and like this woman, I'm sorry, Jelena, what is the name? Jelena. I just want to say, I want to just give you a high five and say, and give you some praise here. Just the fact that you're asking the question and that you're open to receiving guidance and information. You know how many people are not even open to receiving it? Sometimes I've heard people say, oh, my friend really needs help, but they don't believe in spirit guides and psychics. And I'll say, you know what? I'm going to write you a bunch of messages. Why don't you tell them you had a dream, and don't tell them that I gave you the messages, and they do it, and the friend loves it, and then finally they tell them at the end, oh, by the way, my psychic said this to you. So you gotta give yourself credit that you're open, but you do have to make a decision. So let's give this a deadline for yourself of when you make a decision how you're going to go forward. And when you go forward, you're going to really go forward, because I feel that procrastination here is it's your worst enemy right now. So just get started. Like you want to learn how to run, and you don't have sneakers, well, run in your flip-flops, run and do something. You always have to get the energy moving. By the way, I was just curious, and we're going to go to the next person, but are you in the medical field at all, or someone out of your daughters planning to go to the medical field? It just is very big around you for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
I want to give a spirit shout out. It's a really funny one. So this person had a gorilla mask in their, I don't know why, it was an item they owned, and they had a gorilla mask. And if it's not a gorilla mask, I mean, or if it's not a gorilla mask, it's like a King Kong big stuffed animal or something.
Well, now that you said that, you just tagged in Bigfoot. So now I got to talk about how we just had our Bigfoot episode.
Have you guys been watching Paranormal Road Trip? Tell us your thoughts about that. I would love to know.
Our latest episode, you guys. So we just, we're just putting up every week a new episode, and I don't know how many we have left. I think we have one more left.
2 more.
1 or 2 more. And
Sleepy
so
Hollow,
we
and
have
then
one
when we're
coming out
Mystic.
like any minute.
Yeah.
We have another one coming out that we went to Sleepy Hollow. It's really cool.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. And yeah, we like to do all things high strangeness. So not just psychic mediumship and not just channeling, but also we like to do paranormal, and we like to do Bigfoot and all the that's what we call our show, Metamystic, because it's the whole metaverse
On
of
steroids.
mystical.
Yes. Expanded. You know, that if you guys watched the Bigfoot episode, that mountain that we were on is part of an area of upstate New York called the Hudson Valley. And if you guys are into ufology or UFOs, you will know that for decades now, actually centuries, because the Native Americans also have talked about this, the Hudson Valley is teeming with strong spiritual energy. There was a Hudson Valley UFO swarm that happened. It was the Hudson Valley wave, they called it, and it was night after night for months. UFOs were appearing, people were filming them, photographing them, having alien encounters, and Bigfoot sightings have been happening on this particular mountain range down through the oral tradition of the Native Americans to my friend Brian Bowden, who is a cryptid expert, ufologist, metaphysician, and you can watch this episode right here on YouTube. It's called Paranormal Road Trip. And these woods, they're very pretty, but let me tell you, when you're standing there, you will have a feeling that you're not just on a normal hiking mountain. You feel like
a lot of eyes on you.
You feel eyes on you there. So go check it out. All right. Any spirit shout-outs?
Working on it.
Well, I love when people say,
What was that voice that came out of you? Working on it.
I love when people say they learn a lot from our shows, which is really fun. I love that. You know, I mean, that's just a side effect. It's not like we're actually doing it on purpose. It seems like we're just sharing what we know. But like, I know it sounds weird, but I just like that people do learn a lot from our shows, and I think it's really great. And they talk about that all the time.
I want a song that's kind of like a Reading Rainbow song for our show.
Don't you say Reading Rainbow about me. Don't say Reading Rainbow in front of me and E.
Why?
We can't help ourselves.
Really?
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. I can't do anything. Friends to know, ways to grow, the Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Okay, it's just we can't help ourselves. No matter what we're doing, if you say that, we have to sing it.
Is it horrible that I've never seen an episode?
By the way, you guys,
I've never seen an episode.
I'm not a singer, but you know, I have to say that just for like,
I have not. I've never seen an episode of Reading Rainbow.
You have.
You also can't get through Beetlejuice.
What? You're missing out.
No, don't you even
I'm
start
sorry to
with
hear that
me.
you're so disappointed in me.
15 years, you cannot get through Beetlejuice. You fall asleep every single time.
Don't put it on at 12:30.
I do it in the middle of the day. You don't want to finish it in the day. You want it at night, and then
you know what she
fall
does?
asleep.
She's one of those people that's like, it's like 10 o'clock. She'll take a nap at 10 p.m. at night. So I'm watching TV. I'm slowly falling asleep. It's 10 o'clock, right? She's asleep. But no, it's not the real sleep. It's the nap before the sleep. So she naps at 10 o'clock. She wakes up 10:25.
No one's supposed to know
and
that.
she wakes up, and I'm out, man. I'm out. And now it's time to party, apparently. Now it's time to watch Reading Rainbow reruns.
I cheat. I cheat by sleeping real fast so I can stay up late and then later than Riz.
Do you guys do that? Does anybody out there? Shout out. Does anybody wake up? All right, let's go. Next questions. Spirit shout out.
Okay, the gorilla mask.
Gorilla mask.
So Melody, her dad Dale, who crossed in 2001, used to put on a gorilla mask every Halloween for the trick-or-treaters.
How cool of Dale to come through and say this to you, Melody. Is that not just... So your dad is basically watching YouTube videos with you. Yeah, that's what you should do when you're on the other side. Good one, Dale.
Do not start, Riz.
Good one, Dale.
We barely made it through the last episode.
Oh my God.
We barely made it through the last episode.
I would not be watching YouTube videos. Well, I actually might be.
Yeah,
I'm a bad example of all things.
You would be the first person to do that.
All right.
You guys are never really going to meet another psychic medium trance channel like Riz MIRZA, and I'm going to tell you why. He is the most reluctant, rebellious...
Reluctant?
Well, you know. What can I say?
In what way?
It's like Gordon Ramsay, who's like always mad while he's cooking.
Because we want excellence.
Well, good. Bring excellence to it.
And fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway.
One more spirit shout out. So this seems like a friend. This does not seem like a mother or father. So this person who's on the other side went with you to the... I don't know if this is the Smithsonian or in DC. There's a place I believe called the Air and Space Museum, where there's like a astronaut hanging from the pod, whatever the thing is called. What's that thing that they splash down in? The capsule? Yeah, the capsule. Your friend, or if it's not a friend, it's a sibling, but I don't think it's a mother or father. Yeah, because age-wise, it feels younger. They went with you there, and they want to say hi to you now. So let me know if that's you.
LeVar Burton. That's his name.
LeVar Burton.
He's an angel straight from heaven. Real. There is not a single mean bone in this person's body. I mean, he is like the epitome of an angel. Okay, so we're going to go now to... So we have some more past life questions.
Sure. Let's do those for a while.
Alrighty then. So we have... Julie, are you able to tell me about my spirit animals? Oh, that's interesting.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
In fact, it's one of the first things when I connect with people is I feel that the spirit animal around them.
You know, you should just start off right off the bat. Your spirit animal is, and then you go to the next thing.
It's usually more than one, but I'll say with Julie.
Yeah, Julie.
It's a bat. Now, I want to talk about this. So how cool is that? I mean, especially watching a psychic show of bats and crows and Edgar Allan Poe. If you notice, the Edgar Allan Poe statue is not here. Would you like to share why it's not here?
I decapitated him.
She decapitated Edgar Allan Poe today. The Poe statue is supposed to be here.
Erica, can you please bring it to me? Yes. So what happened was I was very carefully and gingerly with my 5'10" frame trying to get around the tiny little tables in our studio, and I knocked down
She broke my Edgar Allan Poe head.
I think this is Edgar Allan Poe actually giving you a message to have a sense of humor because he decapitated himself.
Well, let's put him here.
Careful with your fingers.
Because I think it should be like this.
Yeah, because this is how he communicates.
Hello, Julie. I came to talk to you about your spirit animal. Look into Edgar Allan Poe's eyes right now, Julie.
Just pretend that this is happening.
Stare deep into his eyes. Yes, imagine if you went to prom with him. Okay, now, your spirit animal is not the raven. Your spirit animal is the bat.
Is this actually happening right now?
And the bat, your spirit animal is the bat because the bat is blind, but it uses its sonar radar detection device and is helping you find your way now. So, don't think of the bat as scary, ugly, morbid, demonic, or dark. Rather, light, free, seeing, feeling, and hearing. Take it from me. I was decapitated today by an empath. Okay. Next.
That's how.
Spirit shout out.
Lordonia.
Lordonia.
I was like, can he control himself? Is he going to be able to control himself?
Lordonia is here. Lordonia has entered the chat. All kneel. Lordonia requests to know her spirit animal. Tell it to me, wizard. Or off with thy head like Edgar Allan Poe, your friend.
Okay, so my grandfather, Raphael, who passed in 94, fixed airplane engines for the military and got awards for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was his name? Raphael. And he fixed airplane engines for
the military.
The military. Well, by the way, I have always loved that name, Raphael. Maybe because of the archangel, maybe because of the artist. Do you know the artist Raphael was so impactful that there's even a period of art called pre-Raphael.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You know that, Erica?
I do.
I have no idea what it means, though, other than it was before Raphael.
Yes.
Like pre-Madonna is before Madonna. Okay, now let's go forward.
Well, now that you said that, Adrian Wainscott
He's saying hi to you. Raphael is saying hi. So much love. He's with you, supports you, and just wanted to take this moment to let you know that he didn't forget you, and though he may feel long gone, he's still your grandfather. Okay.
So, Adrian Wainscott said 4 weeks ago that you told her that Archangel Michael was working with her.
Right.
And that was the Tarot Angel card that she drew the next morning. And she wanted to say how incredible.
That is amazing.
Okay, people are asking about Moomy, our grouchy 11-year-old cat. So the reason we don't let her come to the studio anymore is because she digs her claws into our knees while we're holding on to her.
Like really hard.
While purring as a gesture of her approval and disapproval at once, because that is how ornery she is.
Mm-hmm.
So we
can't do it anymore.
We can't let her. And then our puppy Rocket gets really tired around this time, so he wants to sleep. And I don't mind. He could be on my lap, but I don't know if he'll stay
where's
with me
the
whole
Poof?
time. Poof is walking around.
Doing her own thing right now.
See,
Yeah.
Poof, our
She's
big
good.
black
She's
fluffy cat,
well-behaved.
Yeah.
she's very well behaved. She's the mother. She's the baby.
You know what? It's been a while since I brought Rocket. You want me to hold
You
him?
guys want to see Rocket?
You guys haven't seen
Erica will bring Rocket. Okay. You want to read something? Want to read a question while I go? While she does that?
Yes. So Heather, I live alone and keep hearing someone calling my name. And
Oh,
at times,
what?
I smell roses or cigarette smoke. Should I be concerned?
Yeah. Well,
They do have some.
Heather, let's talk about this. Guys, we want to talk about this. This is spirit activity. So, hi, Rocket. Oh, he licked the mic.
Oh.
He looked at me.
This is our Ewok, straight from Star Wars. What am I doing here? What's going on here? Why am I here? What's happening? I don't understand.
He's like, was he just sleeping? Was
Yeah,
he
he was
sleeping?
sleeping.
He just woke him up.
Yeah. He's like, what's going on? All these lights and people acting weird. I don't get it.
All right.
He's used to this in his house.
Little toy Yorkie puppy.
So sweet.
Okay, Rocket.
Heather, do you have any animals? It'd be good for you to have a cat when you have spirits in the house. Okay. Because they just do work for you in the psychic world when you have cats. Let's talk about this. Guys, when you have actual physical manifestation of the presence of a spirit, that could be a smell, a sound, objects moving, okay? Hearing your name being spoken. We lived in a house that was almost 100 years old. Right, honey? Remember when the spirit said your name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just said hi, Oriah, when she was in the kitchen.
Yes.
This was on the second or third day that
Yeah.
we were there.
Yeah.
Learned her name, and it was not a loved one, but it also wasn't. It wasn't a spirit there to be combative or to spook you. They just sometimes like to see your reaction, and then depending on how you carry yourself after is where that interaction kind of goes south or is cool. So I'm going to tune into that for you, Heather, to see what that is.
They do have some family members on the other side.
They do have some family members on the other side, but saying your name, I will tell you that saying your name is not usually a family member, in my experience. Family members don't need to say your name. Hey, Heather. No, a family member will use something more loving or funny, or just kind of neutral, like the lights flickered on and off. It's kind of neutral when the lights flicker on and off. Family members are not going to slam doors. Family members are not going to throw, push objects off of tables. They don't do it. They're not going to be a weird smell in the house from a family member. So if you smell roses, sometimes cigarettes, yes. I don't see the cigarettes connected to the roses person, by the way. I'll tell you that right now. The roses person's feels like a passing of about 5 to 6 years ago. I'm curious if the name Adams or Adam means anything to you. And the third thing I want to say here is, of course, sage your house. Do the traditional stuff of saging the house. Don't go crazy with it. Not here, you think you're doing something that's, it's not an exorcism. It's just sage your house once a week. Keep it clean. And you can talk to the spirits and say, you don't ever be combative. And just say, if you're a loved one, please come to me in a dream or share something with me in a pleasant sight. I'm happy to help. And if this is recent, I'd like to know how long you've been living in this house before this started happening. Did she mention that, Erica?
No.
Okay, I'd like to know so I can tune in more for you.
I have something to tell you about Lordonia.
Please.
Lordonia says, thank you, Riz. My grandfather Raphael was also an artist, and I am one too. I feel him helping me with my career. Thank you for the validation of our connection.
You're so welcome.
Yay.
And what about thank you for the way I said your name? I sang your name for you, Lordonia.
Put in a lot of crying, laughing emojis.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Love.
Okay.
I was hoping to get a question in tonight. I feel like someone or something is trying to communicate with me. Am I right?
Chris, I'm going to have to ask you a question. Are you feeling any presence next to you on your right side? Not now. It doesn't have to be right now, but it could be at all. Have you felt that? Like where you want to turn around? Because I do feel that there has been a spirit guide who's coming on the right side trying to connect with you. And of course, I'm going to tell you how it all works. So I say Poof's name. Mm-hmm. She psychically hears me, mm-hmm. and here she comes. She's mm-hmm. right here at my feet. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to pick up
because
my Poofy.
She doesn't have the nerve to jump up.
No. There she is.
And let her squeak in the microphone.
Squeak.
She did it.
What happened to the squeaking? She turned back and looked at me because I squeezed her a little bit.
Oh, she wants to know why you squeezed her.
She looked back at me like, why are you squeezing me?
Yeah,
so you
so
can do the squeak
sensitive.
thing that you do. Okay, no. All right. Poof is just one big ball of love and playfulness and sweetness. I love her.
Can I interrupt for a PSA?
Yes.
We have not discussed lately something that is going on with our retreats, and we forgot to mention it to you guys. It's kind of important.
Sure.
This 2025 year coming up is our last year of doing international retreats. We've been doing it for over 10 years. And
going on 13 years.
Yeah. So we may still do some domestic, which is Mount Shasta and Sedona. Mm-hmm. But we will be closing shop for Egypt, which we have some space available. And I think it's in November of 2025.
Yes.
India in January.
India and Goa. It's a yoga retreat. And I can't even tell you how amazing it's going to be.
Yoga
on
and
the
meditation
beach
retreat for a week on the
India.
beach.
I can't even describe. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that is last retreat for that as well. We have Glastonbury in...
So Glastonbury is the Merlin's retreat, everyone.
Yes.
Glastonbury, the Merlin Sacred Divine Feminine also retreat, Guinevere energy retreat,
Yep.
will also include Stonehenge. I will be channeling on site at not only Stonehenge, but also at the Sacred Chalice Well in Glastonbury. Glastonbury is the home of Merlin's Cave and where great metaphysical energy is present. It's almost like people live in that year round. You'll see people in like robes and shawls and crystal shops everywhere. It is walking into the Shire mixed with Merlin's, like mix Harry Potter and Merlin's castles and all that together.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we will be there. So
I just dropped the link.
So if you want to join us for Egypt, also we have some space for Japan.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say
That is our mystical
we don't
samurai.
have a lot of space for Japan though.
Just
Spots.
only
I think a
2 or
couple
3 spots
spots.
left for Japan.
Yeah.
Everything is coming down to the wire. I hate to tell you guys, but our retreats usually book up 6 months to a year in advance, which is what we have to do anyway, because that's the requirement. You have to actually book these hotels and everything 6 months in
Logistically,
advance.
it goes like that.
Yeah. So there's a few spots per international retreat. Last time you'll be able to do an international retreat with us ever. So
Poof like that you said
take
per.
advantage of this, you guys, this opportunity.
Poof like that you said the word per.
And, if you need support, we'll work with you guys. So just contact Erica.
Yeah, we do have some kind of like little
We have payment plans and things
available
like that.
if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
So reach out to us. If you're watching live and are interested in any of these retreats and book, you will get a little discount because you're watching Psychic Sundays. Oh, Poof,
Somebody's asked if we went to Suicide Forest in Japan. I think we did.
Yeah, we walked through it.
Yeah, we
I mean,
walked
there's a
through
lot.
it.
It's not the whole forest, isn't that? It's just one section,
Right.
really, of it. There's so
Yeah.
many temples in that area too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Mariana Suarez. Hello, how do I deal with my husband who was laid off and is depressed and with suicidal thoughts? Oh my God.
She just.
I didn't even know. You see my psychic
Oh yeah.
connection to that?
Yeah.
That just threw me for a loop right there. I need words of hope from his spiritual team or someone from the other side, please and thanks. So,
You want to talk about that? a little?
well, the very first thing that comes to mind, obviously he needs to talk to somebody. That's number one. If it's in a dangerous situation, I am absolutely 100% obligated to let you know to make sure he seeks immediate help with the 800 numbers that are available online. I have to definitely
Suicide
say that.
hotlines, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If this is that serious as you're saying it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to say who to go to, but there are many people out there like us, shamans, healers, people that can help with when you reach this destination. Many of us have experienced these thoughts and have encountered them at some point in our life at one time or another, because we feel like we're at the end of our rope and we come to the end of what we know about ourselves in life. Like we're out of data. It's like our storage container or like laptop is maxed. You cannot access more information. So in order to think outside the box and to help himself and to find new ways and new perspectives to see things, he would have to do something like a shamanic journey, perhaps, or and there's so many different types that he can do. Also,
Work with a healer.
Work with a healer. There's men's retreats.
Do a men's retreat.
Yeah.
Yes, and I want to say something, and I don't know if he'll. I don't want to interrupt, and you let me know when you've transmitted what you want to transmit. Then I'll say something.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say a few words to him. If you want to show him this and lay and scroll back and play it for him. What's his name?
She didn't give the name.
And what's her name?
Mariana.
So Mariana, if you want to have him watch me right now, and you can play this for him later. So I'll just say, brother, I don't know your name, but you're Mariana's husband. She loves you enough to ask for help anywhere where she can find it. And for some reason, she feels good enough to ask us. And I want to say this to you. And I want you to remember this or take what you need from this. There's nothing that is ever going to happen to you that is not for you.
His name is Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, brother, there's nothing that has ever happened in this earth that wasn't for you to be who you are. Nothing came here to take away from you or to rob you or to destroy your world. When you leave this earth, your tombstone is not going to say, everything was going great from Rodrigo until these people messed it up, meaning your employers. You have to have a belief in something that is bigger than you, whether you call it God or the universe or your ancestors or fate or destiny. It doesn't matter what you call it. It has to be something that is outside of yourself, something that is not about death and taxes and mortgages and rents and the same old stuff that we all of us worry about day to day. This is a point in your life, if you are having thoughts of like, because you lost this job, that you're having suicidal thoughts, you're not living for this job. You're living for the people that you love, for the experiences that you have, and the family that raised you, the friends that have loved you, and the people who have benefited from knowing you. Your story is not over because you lost a job. Everything that has happened because there is a pivoting. You have to pivot now. Something has to shift. You know this because you have an intelligence, because you lived your life making a left turn, a right turn, working hard, knowing when to hold back, knowing when to say something. All the decisions you have ever made had to have come from a place of an intelligence within you. So your intelligence right now is being required for you to realize that you cannot freak everybody out around you because this job has let you go. I'll tell you something, every job that I was ever let go from, or I was ever let go from, or all the successful people in the world who have made something of themselves will tell you that they got fired a million times. Many times they got fired. Why? Because the universe knows that you belong somewhere else. You don't belong at that job anymore. There's something else for you to experience. And so you're at a pathway, you're at a cross point in your life where you're going to choose some place powerful and peaceful, or you're going to choose something chaotic and destructive. That's your choice now, Rodrigo. It's your choice. Nobody can make this decision for you but you. Are you going to choose something powerful and peaceful, or are you going to choose chaos and making everybody worried? Or you're going to just check out now? After all this time, you're just going to check out? You did all this stuff in life and now you're going to check out because of this? That's not... I don't know you, but I can tell you one thing. That is not who you are. That's for sure. So you take a big deep breath today. You take a big deep breath as I'm speaking to you. Take a big deep breath later, tomorrow, and every single day. And take that big deep breath throughout the day. Because you need to open your mind now to some other possibilities. And then the moment you know that, and the moment you trust that, and you never stop trusting it, no matter which way the road goes, you're going to find some peace. You're going to find you're going to get your power back, and you're going to realize the power was already right there. So that's what I want to say to you. I hope that you receive even 10% of what I'm saying, and you have a wonderful partner for asking for you. All right.
Thank you, Riz.
Sure.
There's a couple 988 operators that are actually on the chat, and they serve the hotline. So I put the information, yeah. So
that's
the right
incredible.
place at the right time.
We have any more questions?
Yes, we do.
Let's do a couple more.
Okay. So Jennifer Kelly, Riz, are there any past lives that are particularly relevant to my current experiences in this life?
Yes.
Thanks, Lady O and Riz. Great show tonight.
So I want to tell you about a life, and they come like that, man. It's so interesting. You were a tribes person. This is clearly by the water, because it's called free diving, when you go down and fish with a spear. It's called free diving. Obviously, they didn't have scuba gear in those times.
Yeah.
So you were expert at holding your breath. Well, I shouldn't say expert. It was just what everybody did. You held your breath, you went under the water. So scratch the expert part. But that's what you did. They're showing me that that's what you did. Now, the reason why they show me past lives, guys, and what a person did is because it has some relevance to now. So what that tells me is that you are here a little bit on the hunt, but you're on the hunt to feed yourself. Now, you might be on the hunt for a job, you might be on the hunt for a new pair of sneakers, you might be on the hunt for a partner, whatever it may be. I want you to have fun with the hunt and know that it is not, oh, that whole camera just shook.
Yeah, because her tail.
Poof, you have such a strong tail.
I was trying to get her tail to not hit the wire.
That's a big tail, Poofy. Yeah. Okay, so you want to make that the hunt, or the the journey there is fun, but there's accuracy, right? Because it's showing me that you had the spear. Now imagine you're moving that spear underwater to get a fish, and you're having the drag of the water going against your arm. But because you were used to it, you never thought about it that way. You already knew that the environment for hunting into the water has that drag. In fact, you probably didn't even think that it was a drag. You just knew it is what it is, right? So it's like going with the flow and knowing that the natural huntress is in you. And Lionsgate Portal is a wonderful time to let her out. Roar. Next one.
Okay, Christine Marie. I saw a guide, quote unquote, during meditation that was wearing a blue dress, and I had a Cinderella energy. Any insights? Thank you, and love you guys so much. Love you too, you guys.
Thank you. When you see guides wearing certain outfits, do the guides like to play dress up? Yes, they do. Why? Because they're trying to transmit to you things that aren't just literal, like, hi, this is my name, and I'm here to help you with this. They will use colors, faces, shapes, different periods in history, and they will come in that identifiable archetype or avatar for you. Why? Well, because it's to communicate in a way that is not just words on a paper, and it's so boring that way, and just giving you the information rather than showing you this multidimensional, colorful, full of different stimuli, full of different qualities, layers, textures, sight, sound, smells, ways to convey a message to you. So that's why many times, yeah, Merlin shows up the way I expect Merlin to look when he comes, because he's like, well, you need to see me with this pointy hat and this long purple robe, right? Because I can't come to you in a suit with short hair and, middle-aged guy, even though I could still be Merlin.
You want to hear something?
Yes.
There's a lot of healers on our chat tonight. So if you guys are a healer of any kind, whether it's certified or not, whether it's in the medical community or not, please let us know, because I'm seeing a trend here. It's really amazing.
Yeah, you guys should share what you do and put your website in there and share with it. Network with each other.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. 100%.
Network with each other.
But also, like, there's RNs here. There's several hotline, suicide prevention hotline operators here. It's really amazing.
Is there an RN here?
Yeah, right here.
Do you remember earlier I was saying, I asked that woman, Ilana or Jelena, if she was in the medical, like a nurse? Was she?
No, I don't think so.
Then it's for someone here who is the RN.
Tanya. Her name is Tanya Freeman. She's a psych RN and currently in school for a bunch of acronyms. PMHNP.
Tanya, do you have a question for me? Because I'm supposed to ask the RN who's watching. Okay.
Yes, we have healer, pharmacist. We have somebody in the medical field. We have a trauma therapist, sound healer.
Wow.
Somebody works for a hospital here.
Imagine we had
somebody here is also
we're having a party right now, and all these people could be here in person.
Let me start over. I actually want to give you guys the names and your shout outs, because I think it's very important. It's very special. I'm going to give your name and what it is that you do. You feel free if you want to offer your services, not a problem. Go ahead. Okay, so we're going to start with Shelly. She's a healer. Steph is a pharmacist. Kimberly worked in the medical field as a medical assistant. Jennifer D, trauma therapist, sound healer. I'm getting chills. Patricia Sullivan works for Providence. Beth is a Reiki 1 and Shaman Journey 1 healer. Brandy is a massage therapist and energy healer. Maria Janetti is a newly Reiki healer. Congratulations, Maria.
Yes.
Kelsey is a psychologist and energy healer. Amazing. So Colleen is a Unity field healer, master ET instructor, and reconnection healing facilitator.
She teaches ETs?
Andrea
you are amazing. What do you teach them?
Andrea, I'm starting Reiki 1 on September 7th. I'm also a graduate as an RN. Melody
Guys,
says,
so happy
healer here. I used to do body work. Now I do energy work with my animal friends. So earlier in the beginning, when we led this meditation and asked everybody to send healing, you guys see who's on the chat?
Look at the powerhouses that are on the chat sending you guys healing.
Can you believe this? I'm not even done. Yeah. Let me continue. Melody, healer here. I used to do body work. Now I do energy work with my animal friends. Pam, she just completed her Reiki Master certification. She's also a former paramedic and firefighter. Patricia has healing hands. Carla's a pharmacist. Nancy is a Reiki 2 healer and going to school for hypnotherapy. Kathy works as a clinic operator. Adrienne is an X-ray technician and an empath.
Wow.
Edwards, when I was younger, I like to, worked with poetry and good wishes. Yes, poetry counts. Erica will tell you about it. She's a poet.
That's why we have Poe here.
Yeah. Tanya, yes is the answer, Tanya. Of course, always healing arts, always.
That was Tanya's question.
Yeah, it was Tanya's question. Amy is a crystal healer. Am I on the right career path, or to do her spiritual gifts that she possesses? What spiritual? Okay.
I want to say this is I don't see the RN for the rest of your life. I do see that the RN was an impactful part of your life, but it was, and you did everything that was necessary, but I don't see it for the long run. I do see that it will go into much more of the holistic side of things and the metaphysical side of things. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Marissa, I used to work as an advocate at the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Kimberly, I'm learning Reiki as well. Rogue is an EMT and surgery tech.
Wow.
Hold on.
There's so many people for the medical field.
Patricia.
Can I tell you something? Guys, I want to share something with you guys.
Anahata is a Reiki 2 healer.
I have felt that many people who are in the medical field who are into metaphysics, and some who aren't really have come out yet out of the metaphysical closet, I have gotten messages from my guides that these were Atlanteans who were doing extremely advanced healing work in the dimension and era, if we're going by linear timeline, but I go by dimensions, meaning it still exists, so that their soul is part Atlantean and Palladian. And you guys should look up Palladian for sure and read about what is the Palladian archetype. It is a group of beings. It is a race of beings that are interdimensional and different part of the planetary system, the intergalactic system. So look up Palladians. But that my guides had channeled to me that these people had been doing healing work with energy, crystals, and other sorts of physical objects back in the era of Atlantis, and that they are now in this dimension, what we call the 3D, doing work, helping to serve people here.
Well, before we go, I'm going to finish reading what everybody's writing, but I'm going to give some advice to the medical professionals on how to keep your energy field clear after you're done working each shift. Okay, we'll do that after. But let me just finish, and I love what you just said. Okay, so we have we have Melody. We have Jennifer Kelly, ICU RN. Lordonia is a natural born healer and Reiki Master certified. Bree is working in her BA in social work.
Wow.
Jennifer D, let's see. Yes, you can give out your links. Hippie Love, 30 years as a medical assistant.
Wow.
Okay, Tanya is a PMHNP, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner.
Wow.
People are getting goosebumps. Yes, you can share your links. Let me see. Okay, poetry. Yes, poetry counts, you guys. Medical field for Kimberly. She is a high priestess healer. Okay. So
beautiful.
I want to tell you guys, and I've talked to so many RNs and people over the years, so it's so important that you do this. First of all, kudos to you that you are even seeking out this type of information, and you're in Western medicine in the heavy, it's like front lines basically. You're like in the trenches. So I just want to say that it's very important, since your guys' health and your well-being is not really top priority when you're working, because you guys are giving so much and there's such a selfless job because of the hours you work and the amount of output that you give. And especially this is for all emergency workers and firefighters and everybody like that. So it's really, really important to have your little regimen for yourself, that you take care of yourself. Beside your body, mind, and spirit, beside your health, this is a separate conversation from health, because your health, how you eat, your vitamins, and how you sleep, and the water you drink, and all that, of course, has to be done properly. But spiritually, you guys don't understand. When people come into the hospital, when they're in emergency situations, when you go and you're an EMT and you go to the site where there is an accident, you are walking in as a co-creator. You're tagging yourself in because you've already agreed to this interaction with this soul. This soul is experiencing something that their soul needs to experience, that they called for, and they're in the middle of their psychic dramatic event and their physical dramatic event. Right. And then you, the practitioner who's going to come in and help them, are participating in that event with them. So you are kind of tagged in, even though you call it a profession and you're just clocking in and out. But psychically and spiritually and on a soul path, you're actually doing more than that, as you know, because you're connecting with people, you're looking in their eyes, you're touching their bodies, you're going into their soul life. So each individual has their own story. So you guys don't realize that what happens is you can absorb and take some of the debris, some of the trauma, some of the little flecks of pain and suffering that some of these people do give off and emanate into their auric field, and you do get a little bit on you. Not that it's going to disturb you too much, because I know you guys are hardcore and you know how to put a wall, but it's important to clear your energy field nonetheless. So when you go home, it's important to sage your car and sage yourself. You can do smoke sage, or with burning the sage, or you can do a spray. You could do frankincense. Go to your local metaphysical bookstore, get some frankincense, put it on a little charcoal disc, and that purifies the air so fast. Always sage your body, clean your hands, wash your hands, touch crystals, put crystals around you, take your cleansing bath. Some people put salt on them, some pink salt on your body while you're showering.
In the shower.
Exactly. This is all to clean your auric field so you can sleep peacefully, and make sure you take care of your spiritual health, because you guys don't realize how taxing it is to be in front of people who are in extreme pain, extreme emergencies. You guys are in psychological, very traumatic situations every day. And I know you're trained professionals and you've learned, because I used to be a police officer, so I know some of this, but so you know how to separate yourself from the situation. However, it is important to know that you're still a spiritual being. A lot of you are empaths. Most of you are empaths, and empaths absorb and take other people's stuff, and it's going to cause some negative fluctuation in your body. So you can come home with a sore throat, not because it's a virus, but it's because you're just feeling, the negative, painful energies that are there.
Yeah, well, just remember something. All of this is so important, what you're saying. I actually believe that not only in medical school, nursing school, there should be, and eventually there will be, empaths and energy workers who will be working with people in these schools, because eventually you cannot escape the metaphysical body-mind connection. And they will teach all of these soon-to-be nurses and doctors and other practitioners in the medical field how to protect their energy and understand that they can take things on and take things home with them. Yeah. Not just the energy of that person, but even entities, right? So we are trying to provide you guys with a space where we can talk about things and share with you guys really tips and really educate you and expand your understanding even further than what it is right now, so that you can be the best version of yourselves and be what you fully came here to be, and serve yourself and serve the people as well. And I'm just amazed at all of these people who are dropping in with us, and there's a lot of beautiful love power out there. And
it actually keeps going. There's more and more healers. So what we don't know, you guys, and we don't realize that every show that we do, we don't realize how many of you are in the healing arts that are listening to us, which is fantastic. And then those of you who are not in the healing arts, you get to benefit. And if you would like to go to other chats and see how other people are communicating, you'll see in other shows I have not come across chats like these chats, because these chats are so full of love all the time. It's the safest place. Like, you really, really, really can bare your soul here, and we really will take care of you. And special shout out to our mascot, Paul and Amy. Amy's over there with her husband, quiet, but she holds some tremendous space, and we feel it from here. And Paul... Riz is playing music. And Paul, thank you very much for your welcomeness and your happiness and bringing joy to everybody. And I hope this show is great for everybody. We love you guys. Keep up the healing work. Keep loving yourself. Love heals. The more you smile, dance, love, it works. It works. It works. Bye, y'all.